The papyrus, putting on my table every month. I don't wanna be sad. Don't even try to hide it. No, I don't wanna lose it. And you see how it is, it's so inviting. The papyrus, we're all so alive. The papyrus.
Welcome to National Assembly News on the Papyrus TV Africa. Senate rejects bill to extend retirement age of National Assembly staff. Senator Akpoti Oduan cries out over Senate maltreatment, sues Senate President over dispute. Lagos Assembly crisis deepens as Speaker Mojisola set to resign. Tinubu urges Senate to pass workable tax reform laws. Ariwa Consultative Forum backs tax reforms. National Assembly clerks call for staff welfare reforms. The Senate has rejected a bill seeking to extend the retirement age of National Assembly staff from 60 to 65 years and their years of service from 35 to 40. The bill, sponsored by Senator Oju Zokalu, APC Abia North, was debated on the Senate floor, but lawmakers overwhelmingly oppose it. Many senators urged that extending the retirement age would block employment opportunity for younger Nigerians. Senator Kalu defended the bill, stating that experienced legislative staff were crucial to maintaining institutional memory. However, Senate President Senator Godswill Akpabio ruled against it, stating that the National Assembly should align with existing civil service retirement policies. With the bill's rejection, National Assembly staff will continue to retire at 60 years or after 35 years of service, whichever comes first. The senator representing Kogi Central, Natasha Akpoti Oduan, has accused the Senate leadership of deliberately denying her legislative privilege and excluding her from international engagement. Speaking during an interview on Brekete Family, a human rights radio and television program in Abuja, Akpoti Oduan claimed she has faced numerous challenges since she first clashed with Senate President Godswill Akpabio. According to her, she has been sidelined from key international programs, including a United Nations event which she had been nominated. Every event that I have been going to since last year has been self-sponsored, she lamented. She further stated that during the plenary, she was compelled to evoke Order 10, which addresses legislative privileges, after realizing that her suspension was about to be announced. The situation has sparked concerns over internal power dynamics within the Senate, with political observers watching closely to see how the leadership will respond to allegations. In similar development, Senator Natasha Akpoti Oduan has filed a 1.3 billion defamation lawsuit against Senate President Godswill Akpabio over the controversy surrounding the reassignment of her Senate seat. The dispute reportedly began when Akpoti Oduan resisted the relocation of her seat in the Senate chambers. A decision made following a reshuffle caused by opposition lawmakers defecting to the majority side. Her opposition to the move led to the heated confrontation with the Senate President, escalating tensions within the upper legislative chambers. On February 25, 2025, the senator formally lodged the lawsuit at the Federal Capital Territory (FCT) High Court, listing Akpabio, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and Senate President, Senior Legislative Aide Mfor Patrick, and co-defendants. While the details of the defamation claims remain undisclosed, legal analysis speculates that the case could test the limits of legislative authority and the protection of lawmakers' reputation. The Senate leadership has yet to officially respond to the lawsuit, but sources suggest that the internal effort may be underway to resolve the dispute before it escalates further. This legal action adds to the growing tension within the National Assembly as lawmakers navigate political alignment with power struggle within the legislature. Also, the political crisis rocking the Lagos State House of Assembly has taken a new turn, with Speaker Mojisola Meranda reportedly set to resign following mediation effort led by senior All Progressive Congress APC leaders under the directive of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The turmoil, which began on January 13, 2025, was triggered by the controversial impeachment of former Speaker Mudashiru Obasi. According to reports, after extensive negotiation involving top party figures, a consensus was reached that Mirinda would step down. Among those involved in the discussion were former APC National Chairman Chief Bisi Akande, ex-Osun State Governor Chief Shegun Oshoba, and former Lagos Commissioner for Justice Dr. Moez Baniri San. During a crucial meeting, President Tinubu reportedly reiterated his disapproval of Obasi's impeachment, further influencing the resolution of the crisis. However, a faction within the APC known as the Progressive Alliance has rejected claims that the party leaders endorsed Obasi's impeachment. The group also alleged that Mirinda has already submitted her resignation letter to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Adding another layers to the crisis, the National Industrial Court recently ruled in favor of reinstating the SAC clerk of the Assembly, Olalekan Onafeko, raising further questions about the legality of Obasi's removal. As tensions remain high, political observers are closely watching the unfolding events with the fate of the Lagos Assembly leadership still uncertain. 4 months after introducing a series of tax reform bills to the National Assembly, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has reiterated the urgent need for their passage, emphasizing the importance of a modernized tax system in driving economic growth and national development. Speaking at a public hearing on the bill, Senate President Senator Godswill Akpabio underscores the necessity of tax reforms, stating that Nigeria must decide whether to embrace progressive policies to shield its reputation as a sleeping giant or remain stuck with outdated and ineffective tax structure. The proposed reform aims to broaden the tax base, improve compliance, and enhance revenue generation to fund critical infrastructure and social services. Several senators acknowledged the benefits of the bill, citing their potentials to create a more busy-friendly environment while bolstering government revenue. However, Akpabio also expressed concern over widespread tax evasion, criticizing citizens who demand improved governance and public service while failing to fulfill their tax obligations. He stressed that for the government to meet public expectations, there must be a collective commitment to tax compliance. The Senate is expected to fast-track deliberation on the bill in the coming weeks as stakeholders push for fair and efficient tax system that balances economic growth with fiscal responsibility. The Arewa Consultative Forum, ACF, has submitted a detailed report to the National Assembly supporting the Executive Tax Reform Bill, but strongly recommending the retention of the current 7.5% value-added tax VAT. ACF National Publicity Secretary Professor Tukur Mohammed Baba stated that the proposed tax reform would impact all regions, not just the North, and should be carefully considered. The report highlights concerns over increasing VAT, warning that higher rates could burden citizens and businesses while reducing consumer spending. Instead, the ACF proposed improving VAT collection efficiency, formalizing the informal sector, and leveraging digital technology to expand the tax base. The forum urged all stakeholders to participate in public hearing to ensure that tax reform serves national interests. The clerk to the National Assembly, CNA, Mr. Kamoru Ogunlana, has called for the comprehensive review of National Assembly Service Act and other legislative frameworks to improve staff welfare and efficiency. During a meeting with senior parliamentary officials in Abuja, Ogunlana stressed that the staff welfare is critical to maintaining productivity and institutional effectiveness. He pledged to continue the infrastructure initiative of his predecessor while addressing security concerns within the National Assembly. Describing the National Assembly as the largest and busiest parliament in Africa, Ogunlana emphasized professionalism, accountability, and teamwork in ensuring a more efficient legislative institution.
The papyrus, hoodie on my table, every